Lighting is probably the single most important part of any YouTube video or live stream. Probably more important than the camera in some situations. However, there is a big problem with that statement, and that is not many people actually understand it. There is this very common misconception amongst new content creators and filmmakers and video makers in general that having the right camera and the right lens is all you need to make a good looking video. They think having the right lens and the right camera combo is the chef's kiss route, the shortcut to having a good looking video and a good looking stream. However, here is the secret. It doesn't matter if you're filming things on a $50 webcam or indeed a $50,000 camera. If you don't have the right lighting, your image is going to suck. Big time. It's an issue that comes up a lot in my streams, so I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a video on lighting and show you guys the right tips, tricks and techniques to make your videos and your streams look better. I'm going to go over the different jargon and terminology involved with lighting. I'm going to show you guys some really cool setups and show you guys how you can improve your lighting today, as well as some really cool budget options for some really cool lights that you can get to improve your videos. So let's get started and shed some light on the situation. Huh? Is that a good one? Is that a good one? That was a good one. Come on. No? Just roll the intro. Before we do dive in, I do want to give a huge thank you to the sponsor of this video, Nerd or Die. If you are looking for an excellent design for your stream so you can just focus on making the best content you possibly can, then Nerd or Die is the place to go. You can get things like panels, banners, webcam animations, alerts, transitions, and a whole lot more. Along with that, a lot of the designs are super customizable. So for example, this ranked series, which is brand new and I'm a personal fan of, you can actually tweak all of the designs in their overlay and get exactly the right kind of look for your stream that you're after. So if you want to pick out a fresh design for your stream and help support the channel in the process, make sure you use the link in the description down below and make sure you use code SAM for a cheeky 15% off at checkout. And if you have any questions about the things I mentioned in this video regarding lighting, sound, camera, production, things in general, as well as video editing and motion graphics, I do stream on Twitch every single Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. The link for that is in the description down below as well. So, with that said and done, let's jump in and talking about lighting. First of all, starting with the terminology and breaking down what things mean. I will preface this video beforehand, by the way, to say this is just a basic introduction to the different kind of lighting terminologies and the different kind of lighting setups there are out there. Lighting is a massive subject full of nuances and semantics and different kinds of personal preferences, so this is just a basic overview to give you guys an insight, give you guys more of an understanding, and ultimately give you the confidence to go out and kind of know what you're talking about when you're going to find the right lighting for your streams and for your videos. Right, now that's out the way, let's jump in and start talking about our first lighting setup, and that is 3-point lighting. And it's pretty simple to understand from that name. It's using 3 lights in a setup to light a subject. Each of those 3 lights has a name, but we're going to focus on 2 main ones to begin with, and that's the key and the fill light. Let's start off with the key light. The key light is pretty self-explanatory, really. It is the key light. It is the main lighting source for the entire setup. This light is the main one that will focus and light your subject the most. Using my lights as an example, you can see this light on my left, or indeed your right, is my key light that I use for my videos. This light is doing the majority of the work when it comes to lighting my face in this setup, and it's adding a lot of contrast and a lot of drama as a single light. You can use single point lighting setups for a majority of different things. If you're trying to create an atmosphere, trying to add drama to a particular shot, or indeed trying to go for a particular ominous look, it's really effective for that. Here's one little lighting tip for you if you are looking to create the standard interview lighting that you see all the time on YouTube. This will help you out. When you are setting up your lighting, you are aiming for a small triangle to appear on the other side of your nose, just under the eye. This is called the Rembrandt triangle, and it's a popular technique when using single lighting inside of videos or in photography. I always recommend this kind of setup if you are trying to create a really compelling look and create a really natural looking contrasted image with just a single light source. With that said and done, let's move on to our second light, the fill light. And this again is very simple in its name. It is a light that is being used to fill out those shadows that is created by the key light. As you can see, the fill light for this setup is on the other side of my face, balancing out some of those shadows made by the key light. It's adding in that extra lift so my face is less contrasty and much more visible and pronounced to the camera. If you don't have a second light for this, you can easily use a bounce card or indeed a reflector for this. It's a very cool and very cheap alternative to having a single light source and creating a little bit of bounce bounce back, a bit of reflection to add in the extra fill you need for the other side of a subject's face. This is pretty much a standard lighting setup for a majority of YouTube videos, and you can easily achieve this on very limited and budget options for lighting. Now onto the third light, which is probably the most interesting light out of the three. This third light has got a couple of different uses and a couple of different names, but they more or less do exactly the same thing. This third light is either a hair light, a kicker light, an edge light, or a rim light. A kicker, an edge, or a rim light is used to create distinctive edges on a subject to help separate them from the background. And a hair light is just as it sounds. It is a light that is used to create texture in the hair and help separate hair from those darker backgrounds. And this third light is very flexible and very customizable, and it's really up to you how you want to use it. And it's very common to have pretty much all of these lights in unison and in action at the same time. So for example, my fill light is also acting as my edge light, helping to separate me further from the background and help create that more distinctive image. I can also add an extra LED light as a kicker light to illuminate behind me to create the extra level of depth and extra layer of separation from the background. A few extra lights include the RGB lights behind me acting as background lights to give a bit of presence and a little bit of illumination to the background and create some accent lighting. And these Elgato key lights behind me aren't really doing all that much. Maybe just a subtle backlight on me, just gonna help me again separate from the background, but they're just really for show. So in summary, I have my two primary key lights. I have two RGB floodlights behind me, as well as my two Elgato key lights. Whew. I think that is everything. And I think that's pretty much the basic terminology done. And again, these things are the basics to lighting. There are a lot more things going on in terms of lighting and effects and techniques that you can use and apply to your own stream. I have linked to loads of videos in the description down below, must watch videos if you're looking to improve your lighting and get better at lighting for your YouTubes and for your Twitch streams. So I highly recommend checking out those videos below. But before then, let's jump on over and check out what kind of lighting options are available to you guys on a budget that want to improve the lighting in your YouTube videos and on your streams. So I've scoured the internet and I finally found some really cool affordable lighting solutions and some really cool expensive lighting solutions for those that really want to spend a lot of money on their lighting, and some really cool lighting for their streams and for their YouTube videos. I'll be putting all of the links I mentioned in this section down in the description down below, so feel free, if you like one of the things that I mentioned in this little section here, then you can go ahead and go through and pick one up and improve the lighting on your videos and your streams. But as a side note, one thing that I am going to be doing a lot more and covering in this section is we're really going to be talking about light panels in general, LED light panels. That's kind of the main thing that I recommend for YouTubers and for streamers for a couple of different reasons. The main one being is that they are small, they are lightweight, and they are pretty affordable, as well as they don't generate a lot of heat. A lot more higher end expensive lighting solutions like tungsten lighting and fluorescent lighting can get very hot and then a bit more of a hassle to kind of lug around and to store. Lighting panels and LED panels are a lot easier to kind of store, a lot easier to access, to power. A lot of them run off batteries, a lot of them are mains powered as well. So I'm going to be covering the LED light panels for the majority of this section, but do note there are other lighting solutions available. I'm just going to be covering LED panels and lighting panels. LED light panels are also known for just the general softness in terms of lighting. You can get more intense beams and you can focus the light in different ways using different lighting techniques, but they're much more softer in terms of how they cast shadows on subjects and how to light different scenes. So let's jump in and look at some of the options that I found out for you guys. And the first one being a very simple and a very affordable solution, and this is Aperture ALM9 mini LED light. This is fantastic if you don't have a lot of space, and it generates a massive output. It is battery powered, but I believe you can plug it in via a mains adapter via USB cable and power it through your PC, or power it using a little iPhone plug or like a smartphone charger plug or wall adapter. And it comes with everything you need, like a diffusion panel in front of that. It's great if you don't have a lot of space, you're looking for something for the top of your camera, for example. It's a fantastic light, and it gets very, very bright. And I recommend this one to anyone who's looking for a really affordable lighting solution. They can put on top of the camera, or indeed put on top of their stream, so like a face light. They can mount it somewhere that's out of the way and get some considerable lighting on their face. If they don't want a lot of intense light on them, they can have it somewhere and they can have the background pretty dark as well. It's also great as a backlight or a rim light or an edge light. So I recommend picking one of these up if you are looking for a solution that's small and lightweight that you can use for that kind of lighting effect. Moving on to some more budget options, we're going to look at these packs of lighting as well, some like kits that you can get, which are LED light panels. These seem to look okay. I haven't actually used these personally myself. If you're looking for something to have on the desk, like an Elgato key light, a bit more of a kind of budget option that is just there to kind of illuminate you and not really do a lot of work in terms of kind of getting quality lighting. These should do the trick, and it appears as though these are also powered via USBs, and they are all good for, you know, tabletop stuff. They're good for putting things in your desk, and they might be good for like cheap lights that you can have to create edge light and backlight as well. I wouldn't use this to illuminate your face for a YouTube video, but that might be really good for streaming and for kind of having some more illumination for you as a subject. Moving on to a bit more of a budget option in terms of lighting, but giving you a bit more feature sets, including being able to tweak and change the color value as well as the intensity of the light. I always love LED light panels that have these panels at the back that tell you the temperature and tell the intensity of the light. And these are a bit more expensive for one reason. It comes as a solo individual light, whereas if you need to buy more than one, it's obviously going to cost you a little bit more money to buy more lights like this. And these seem pretty decent for a cheap light that you can use to maybe light for your YouTube videos, or indeed light for your streams. And it seems they're ultra thin, ultra portable as well. They are mains powered, not battery powered, so you will need a plug or a wall socket nearby to power these as well. But it seems that you can have control of the lighting temperature and of the intensity of the light as well. So this seems pretty thin as well. So might be a good option for you. Again, link for this down in the description down below. Moving on to more of a medium budget side of things, if you are looking for a 2-pack kit, there is this one by Viltrox, and these are remote powered. They are also bi-colored, and you can change the color temperature and the intensity of the light as well. They are battery powered as well as mains powered. It's there as an option. Moving on to more of an extreme purchase. If you are looking for something that's a bit more bigger, a bit more bulkier, you're looking for a 3-head lighting kit so you can have all of your lights the same and do everything I mentioned in this video with a 3-point lighting setup. They do come in a £320 pack. It's got the tungsten lights, it's got daylight, it's bi-colored, it can change intensity, battery powered as well as mains powered. There's a lot of features in here. So if you are looking for a decent light to use for YouTube videos or indeed your streams, this is the more premium end of the spectrum, I would say. But it's an option there for you if you are looking to get something cheap off Amazon very, very quickly. Moving on though to a different set of lights from a particular brand called Draco Broadcast. These are a professional lighting company. If you are looking for lighting that is a branded light that you can trust, that you can believe in, these guys are great. Dracast are a fantastic company, and there's some really cool lighting solutions that are super, super awesome. Like this one right here, the Camlux Pro Bicolor on-camera light from 155 to 29 bucks. This thing is a steal if you're looking for something like the Amran light to have on top of your camera. It is, again, battery powered as well as mains powered. You can then change the lighting temperature as well as the intensity. So it's a bit more of an advanced version of the Amran light I showed you earlier. It's actually cheaper as well. The only downside is these bulbs as well. So if one of these break, then you're gonna have to get the whole board swapped out. But aside from that little downside, my only kind of personal little, negligence of that, my own kind of personal discrepancy there, these are pretty damn good. This is a really good price. You can get a couple of these and use these as face lights for your stream. They are not that expensive, and it's from 155 to 29 bucks. It's a fantastic steal, so I recommend that light for sure. Moving on to the more premium end of the spectrum, more of the middle tier in terms of lighting panels. This one is a huge panel by Dracast. This is a series daylight panel, Silver Series daylight panel, and it is huge. But the only thing I like about this one is that it has barn doors, these little things on either side. And what barn doors do is they help isolate and kind of hone in the light. They help focus the light. So if you want to block off an area which doesn't need to get lit, for example, your background, you want to kind of focus in on just you and not have much spill or flooding behind you, you can use the barn doors to kind of focus in and narrow it down and turn it into a bit of a spotlight, more so than a fill light or a massive kind of floodlight. These are also mains and battery power, but the only downside I find to these as well for consumer level kind of streamers and videographers and YouTubers is they are V-mount batteries. If you're just getting started, V-mount is a massive investment to make in terms of long-term battery use. They will last you a long time, and they have a lot of juice, but if you're just starting out, it's the only probably downside I would say. It does accept mains power though. If you don't want to invest in V-mount batteries, you can just get the light and plug in to the wall and use a power outlet that way, which is what I would recommend. But a fantastic light if you're looking for a wide LED panel to fill out a huge area and help focus in and hone in on the light and on the area that you need to. I recommend this one. because it seems fantastic. Once again, moving on to a different kind of light. These are 2 bicolor lighting kits for 199 bucks. Once again, on discount from $3.99. 2 bicolor lights you again can control via the temperature and the intensity of the light. They're also battery and mains powered. And it looks like these actually don't use VMM batteries. They use MPF batteries, which are a bit more cheaper in terms of actually powering the light itself. There's Sony MPF batteries, which is like 30 bucks or maybe a bit cheaper than that for a light. I'll leave a link to all the batteries and all that info in the description down below as well. But these are pretty affordable as well. If you're looking for a 2-head lighting kit, 199 from 399, but having a 2-light LED kit for 199 bucks is not that bad, especially from Dracast, which is awesome. It's amazing. Let's move on to our more expensive, more premium option. If you are wanting to get into the massive YouTube game and look pretty good with a massive studio LED light, then you have this option right here. But in all honesty, I don't see any reason why you would buy one of these over, say, 2 of these. The main advantage probably would be the barn doors and actually using those in your lighting and actually kind of controlling the light a lot more. But in all honesty, for 400 bucks, for nearly close to $500, you are not going to need that massive light. I would probably recommend, personally, my own choice, if you want to get a premium light or a premium kit light from Dracast, it would probably be these bicolor 2 lighting kits with the battery plates as well as the AC and DC power. In terms of the Amazon listings and what lighting I recommend there, I would actually pick the Viltrox 2-pack for my recommendation from Amazon, simply because of a couple of reasons. One, it's a 2-pack for a very, very affordable price for 2 lights. They're remote controlled, they are dimmable LED lights, as well as they are bi-colored as well. As an entry option to getting into some really good lighting for your YouTube videos, get some really good lighting for your streams, this is a fantastic option, and I recommend this for anyone who's trying to get better lighting for their YouTube videos. And if you're looking for a 3rd light, I highly recommend the Aperture ALM9, simply because it's small, it's compact, and you can easily use this as an edge light, or again as a rim light, or a backlight, or even a hair light for you to give yourself some of that definition I mentioned earlier. So this kind of combination of the Viltrox as well as the Aperture ALM9 is a fantastic combo, and for about £200, you can have a full LED panel lighting setup for your streams and for your YouTube videos. So there we go, some options for you from Amazon, as well as a trusted brand like Dracast. I've linked them again all in the description down below, so feel free to pick any up that you feel might benefit you and your lighting and your stream and your YouTube videos in the future. If you guys have any questions at all about lighting, the things I mentioned in this video, or indeed anything else production related, cameras, sound, or indeed video editing and motion graphics related, I do stream on Twitch every single Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. The link for my channel is in the description down below. And if you have your own suggestions about lighting setups, or indeed want to ask questions about different kinds of lighting, then feel free to join the Discord. We have like 11,000 members now in our Discord, full of content creators, streamers, editors, and designers, and all that fun stuff. Link for that is in the description down below. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care. Ha 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 ha!